Okay, so for this video, we'll learn about layer properties and creating texts. Alright, so first, let's make a composition to refresh what we did on the previous video. So again, to create a composition, you can click on New Composition here, or go to Composition, New Composition, and then the composition settings will open. So I'll be making a 1920 by 1080 video, and then 24 frames per second. Again, the duration, I'll just keep it in 15 seconds. Now, for the background color, I'm just gonna change it to something gray. Alright, so I'll show you some important options that you need to know whenever you're animating in After Effects. So first, this button here, it's for your preview. You can choose if it previews full, half, third, quarter, or custom. You can use auto so that the program will determine what type of preview it will use. So the preview depends on the power of your computer or RAM. Okay, so for mine, I'll just use full since we're just doing some text. Next would be this button here. It's for your guide. So if you click on it, you can choose a title action safe, proportional grid, or you can open rulers and your grid and guide. So to close them, just click on it again. So just open title action safe. So now I know the center. Also, I have my action safe and my title safe. Alright, next button is this. This is for zooming in and out of your composition. You can use the mouse scroll wheel also. Or you can just choose fit so that it always fit on the size of the composition window. Let's create the text so that we could create a layer. So to create the text, you see this T icon here. Click on it. And then same with Photoshop or Illustrator. If you want to create a text without a bounding box, you just click and then type away. There. Or you can click and drag to create a bounding box for your paragraphs. Okay, so the shortcut for this tool is Control plus T. Right? So Control T. Alright, so now I'll create a text without a bounding box. So I'll just create a hello. Then I want to edit some of the options of the text. So remember the drawer type panels here. If I go to character, it opens character. And then I can choose my font size. I can choose the font weight. I can choose the color of the font as well. Then I can choose the font size. Then I can choose the leading. And also I can set the tracking of the text. Next, if I go to the paragraph, I can choose if it's center text, left align text, or right align text. So I'll just choose center text and then I'll just adjust the tracking a bit and the font size. There you go. Now, if you want to move the text around, you use the selection tool. So just click on the selection tool here and then click and drag to move it around the composition. Now, let's go to the layer properties. Now that we have a text or we created a text, it automatically adds a layer of that text. So you'll see it in the timeline. So these are your layers. So right now, we just have one layer. So layer properties, here the common property that we have in Photoshop or Illustrator, it's the hide and unhide tool. So if you click on it and it doesn't have the eye icon, meaning it's hidden. If it has the eye icon, it meaning it's not hidden. Okay? Also, you have your solo. So this circle here is solo, meaning if you have, let's say, 3 layers and you want to solo, let's say, layer 1 and click on it, it will only show the layer with the solo toggled on. Alright? So if you click on it again, meaning it's toggling off the solo layer. Next would be the lock layer. So if you click on it, meaning you can't edit it in the composition. So if it doesn't have the lock, it's unlocked. Alright, so next would be the blending mode. So same with Photoshop or Illustrator. If you click on the mode here, you can choose overlay, multiply, add, lighten, screen, color, dodge, all the blending modes that you can apply to your layers. So if you click on overlay, it looks like this. Alright? Alright, so I'll just bring it to normal to show you the next property. As you can see, the layer on top of the timeline is the layer in front of the composition. So if I change the arrangement of the layers, let's say I'll put world beneath hello, the composition also changes. So now hello is in front of the world. Other properties that you might need may be hidden in the timeline. So all you have to do is just click on toggle switches and modes to open them. And then you have more properties here. So one thing that's important, especially in organizing your layers, is called the shy layer. So a shy layer, if you look at it, it looks like a head peeking from a wall. If you click on it, it hides. If you click on it, it peeks again. So if the shy layer button looks like this on a certain layer, meaning that layer is in shy mode. So a shy mode, what it does is if you click on the shy button on top, it hides the layer itself from the timeline. So with that, since the layer hello is in shy mode, you can focus on the world layer and animate world first, and then once you're done, you just unshy everything, unshy the hello layer, and then shy world, so that when you click on the shy switch, you can now focus on the hello layer next. Right. Next would be the motion blur buttons. So this is just toggling on motion blurs, especially when you're animating fast movements. After Effects can automate the motion blur for you. Next is the adjustment layers. If you click on it, anything that beneath this layer is affected by the effects that you add to this layer. So same with Photoshop adjustment layers. And then next would be the 3D layer, which adds a Z-axis to all your components. So I think that's it for the basic layer properties. If you're ready, just click on the next slide.